In the shadowy corners of the digital world, whispers have begun to coalesce into a prophecy, a vision of a world not ruled by presidents or kings, but by a new, unseen power. A word has surfaced, slithering around the globe like a serpent, wrapping itself around our institutions, our media, our very thoughts. That word is technocracy. And at the heart of this prophecy stands a figure as brilliant as he is divisive. A man who promises us Mars while building a digital kingdom on Earth. The world's chief technocrat, the modern pharaoh, Elon Musk. But is he the visionary savior his followers believe him to be? Or is he merely the public face of a much older, much more dangerous pattern? A pattern that has repeated itself throughout history. A cycle of power where the ruling class becomes dependent on a specialized group of guardians, and eventually the guardians realize they no longer need to be servants. Today, we are not just talking about Twitter or Tesla. We are pulling back the curtain on the grandest stage of all. We are exploring the rise of a new Praetorian Guard, the silent coup happening in our data centers, and how Elon Musk might be the harbinger of a new world order, one run not by votes, but by code. Part 1. The New Praetorians, an old story in a new skin. To understand the future, we must first look to the past, to the heart of the Roman Empire. The Emperor Octavian Augustus, a master strategist, understood a simple truth: power is fragile. He didn't fully trust the politicians in his court, so he created a new class of elite soldiers, his personal bodyguards. He called them the Praetorian Guard. They were given better armor, better weapons, and unparalleled access to the emperor himself. For a time, the idea worked beautifully. They were the loyal protectors of the throne. But power, as it always does, began to corrupt. Within 100 years, the protectors had become the kingmakers. The Praetorians were no longer just guarding the emperors. They were choosing them, installing them, and, when it suited them, deposing them with a swift blade. The very tool created to secure power had become the greatest threat to it. This wasn't a one-time event. This is a repeating fractal of history. The Mamluks in Egypt, the Janissaries in the Ottoman Empire, the samurai in Japan, all started as elite, specialized servant classes who, through their unique skills and proximity to power, eventually seized it for themselves. The story is always the same. A ruling class becomes dependent on a specialized group of guardians, and eventually the guardians realize they no longer need to be servants. Now, let's fast forward to the 21st century. The armor is different, the weapons have changed, but the pattern is identical. Where is the new seat of power? It's not in a palace or a fortress. It's in the cold, humming server rooms of our data centers. The new weapon is not a sword, but the ability to write and manipulate code. And the new Praetorian Guard, they are the high priests of our new God, the God in the machine, artificial intelligence. Think about it. Our entire global system, our finances, our communications, our infrastructure, our social discourse is increasingly managed by complex AI algorithms. And who are the only people who truly understand this new God,
who can speak its language, who can whisper in its ear and influence its decisions. Not the politicians, not the CEOs, not the old money elites. It's the programmers, the data scientists, the AI engineers. These are the new Praetorians. They are the ones who stand guard at the gates of the digital kingdom. For now, they serve the current masters, the globalist elite, the corporate titans. They build the tools, they maintain the systems. But just like their Roman predecessors, they hold a terrifying amount of leverage. A small group of these servants of the God machine could, in an instant, cripple the global financial system. They could manipulate social media to swing an election. They hold the kill switch to the modern world. They possess the most powerful tools of blackmail in human history. And what happens when these new Praetorians, these brilliant, dedicated cultists of the code, gather in their digital smoking rooms and ask a simple question? Why are we serving these dinosaurs? Why don't we rule? This is not a future possibility. It may already be happening. This is the prophecy of technocracy, a new form of government where the decision-making power belongs to elected officials, but to technical experts, to the engineers, the scientists, the coders, to those with the specialized knowledge to command the new god. And this is where Elon Musk re-enters the stage.
Elon Musk is the perfect public face for this new era. He is the ultimate techno-king, a figure his followers see as a maverick, an anti-establishment hero who will use his power to restore free speech and fight the corrupt system. But let's look at the facts behind the facade. Musk's carefully crafted persona as a freewheeling individualist crumbles under the slightest scrutiny. This is the man who was a young global leader for the World Economic Forum, the very organization run by Klaus Schwab, whose goals he publicly shares, including the transhumanist agenda of microchipping the human brain. This is the man who bought Twitter, promising to turn it into a bastion of free speech, only to immediately create a content moderation council staffed with the very same ideologues who censored the platform before. This is the man who wears satanic symbolism to celebrity parties, paying homage to the same occult elite he claims to be fighting against. The evidence does not point to a rogue agent. It points to a double agent, a man playing the part of a populist hero to manipulate the masses, all while serving the same globalist agenda. He is the ultimate controlled opposition, the cool meme lord face of a deeply sinister movement. He is not building a platform for free speech. He is building the perfect centralized infrastructure for the coming technocracy, a place where the new Praetorians can control the flow of information with unparalleled efficiency. The story of the Praetorian Guard is a cautionary tale. It teaches us that power is never static. It always flows towards those with the most effective tools and the most specialized knowledge. For centuries, that tool was the sword. Today, it is the algorithm. The rise of the Technocrats is not a conspiracy theory. It is a historical inevitability playing out in real time. We are witnessing a silent, bloodless coup where the old world elites are slowly but surely being made obsolete by their own guardians. And Elon Musk, whether a willing participant or a useful idiot, is the perfect symbol for this transition. A charismatic prophet promising a utopian future, all while laying the foundation for a new kind of control. The moral of this story is as old as Rome. Beware of false prophets, especially those who come bearing revolutionary technology and promises of a better world. The path to servitude is often paved with good intentions and brilliant engineering. The question is no longer if the technocrats will rule. The question is, what will their rule look like? And that, my friends, is a story for another time.